This is a Raspberry Pi 02W. It has built-in Wi-Fi. And what's fantastic now is that you can use Kali Linux to attack a Wi-Fi networks using just this little Raspberry Pi. In this video, I'm going to show you various things, including how to run a Deauth attack against Wi-Fi cameras. So I can view the output of the cameras on this phone, but I'm going to show you how to attack the Wi-Fi network and Deauth those cameras using just a Raspberry Pi with no external Wi-Fi adapter. I'm also going to show you how to run an attack against a Wi-Fi network so that when a client such as this phone connects to the Wi-Fi network, that we capture the four-way handshake and then crack the password. Now, as always with these types of things, this video is for educational purposes only. In the real world, you're probably not going to use this to try and crack passwords because it's too small. You're going to want to use a GPU. But as always, only use this device and various technologies that I'm going to demonstrate in this video to attack networks that you own or have permission to attack. Don't use bad passwords like I'm going to demonstrate in this video, because I'll show you how easy it is to crack networks when bad passwords are used. Make sure that you use, for instance, WPA3 today rather than WPA2. I have got a little TP-Link router here, which I'm going to attack. I have given myself permission to attack my own network. Okay, so use the various timestamps to jump to the relevant parts of the video. In this first demonstration, I'm going to show you how to Deauth IP cameras. I want to thank Brilliant for sponsoring this video. When you work with large amounts of data, it's really important that you have clarity about what you're working with. Small changes can have large impacts, and incorrect calculations and assumptions can mess up your results. Brilliant helps you become a better thinker and problem solver with thousands of visual interactive lessons in math, science, programming, data analysis, and AI. Two courses that I recommend that you look at are Exploring Data Visually, which helps you spot patterns and communicate them clearly. Also have a look at Regression and Classification to show how changes in features shift outcomes. The great thing about this is that you are not watching someone else analyze the data. You're doing it yourself, step by step, and you're getting feedback along the way. This is a very practical way to build judgment, which you can use at work or on personal projects. To start learning for free today, go to brilliant.org/David Bombal, or scan the QR code on screen, or click on the link in the video description. Brilliant also gives you 20% off an annual premium subscription when you use my link, which gives you unlimited daily access to everything on Brilliant. Okay, so I've got my Raspberry Pi 02W powered on. It's connected to my computer and I'm recording the screen using OBS so that we can see the output. I've also connected a Raspberry Pi keyboard to the little Raspberry Pi. So all I've got here is HDMI, keyboard, and power. There is no external Wi-Fi adapter connected to this Raspberry Pi. We'll simply use the built-in Wi-Fi on the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is show you that I'm connected to the Raspberry Pi. Notice you can see that we've got a Raspberry Pi 02W here. I'll clear the screen. Okay, so now I'm going to attack the Wi-Fi network. The Wi-Fi network that I'm attacking is free Wi-Fi. I'll show you how you can discover various Wi-Fi networks later on in this video. But in this example, I am assuming that I know the Wi-Fi network that I'm going to attack. Okay, so notice at the moment, this is working. You can see the time is incrementing on the camera. If I put my hand in front of the camera, you can see that output. So camera is busy working. It's capturing stuff. But if I press enter now, let's see what happens. Okay, so you can see packets are being sent. What you'll also notice here is the time has stopped. And now if I put my hand in front of the camera, nothing happens because it's actually lost connection. Try again. It's trying to connect, but nothing's happening. Try to refresh this, nothing's happening. I have basically destroyed this little Wi-Fi network. The cameras no longer work. Okay, so what I'll do is stop that Deauth attack. So hopefully what should happen is the cameras come back now, and there you go. Cameras are back. So I can put my hand in front here and notice that's working again. So what I'll do now is run the attack again. You can see packets are being sent. What you'll notice here is the time has stopped again. And if I put my hand in front of the camera, nothing is happening. I can move the camera around. Nothing is happening because we have Deauthed the network. Let's try and connect to the network using this phone and see if that makes a difference. As you can see there, it's now not connected at all. So that's timed out. And here you can see it says connection failed when I try and connect to the free Wi-Fi network. As you can see, it's not connecting, internet not available. It's jumping to other networks here. It's not connecting to free Wi-Fi at all. So when I try and connect to free Wi-Fi, it's saying connection failed, or as you can see here, incorrect password. Try and connect, incorrect password. So I'm not able to connect to the Wi-Fi network. I'll keep trying. It's saying connecting, then it bounces, try again, can't get to it, and then it says password not correct. If I stop the attack, however, so I'll stop it now on the Raspberry Pi, I can now connect to the free Wi-Fi network. So if I go to davidbombal.com, that works now because I am connected to the free Wi-Fi network. Okay, so that is once again a Deauth attack using a Raspberry Pi Zero. Notice once again that I'm not using an external Wi-Fi adapter. I'm using the built-in Wi-Fi on this little Raspberry Pi Zero. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to use a Raspberry Pi Zero with the built-in Wi-Fi to attack a Wi-Fi network. Again, I'm attacking my own Wi-Fi network here. So I have given myself permission to attack this Wi-Fi network. We're going to use some software that allows us to use various attacks against the Wi-Fi network. But what we're going to do here is capture the four-way handshake and then decrypt the password. So all I need to do is use this command sudo wi-fi. The first thing I'd like you to see is that it puts the adapter into monitor mode. So this Broadcom adapter is now put into monitor mode. It says you're enabling monitor mode on WLAN 0. I haven't used an external Wi-Fi adapter yet at all. I'm using the built-in Wi-Fi. Now, it's picked up a whole bunch of Wi-Fi networks. The one that we're going to use is free Wi-Fi. So I'm going to press Control-C here, and then I'm going to enter 1 to select that Wi-Fi network. You can see that it's saying encryption is WPA, but it's actually WPA2, and we have 3 clients on the network. So I'll press Enter. It can run various attacks, including a pixie dust attack. I'm going to press Control-C here and C to continue because I don't want to run that attack. We can do a null pin attack, Control-C, C to continue, WPS pin attack, Control-C, C to continue, PMKID capture, Control-C to continue. And this is what we're going to do here, is we're going to do a Wi-Fi handshake capture. So what I'm going to do is get this client to connect to the network. Notice it's connected to the free Wi-Fi network. And as soon as it did that, the handshake was captured and the password is cracked. The password is Spiderman. Now, I'm going to reiterate this because I always get feedback about this. The encryption is WPA2. It's not WPA, even though it says WPA in Wi-Fi. It's actually WPA2. Wi-Fi is using the wordlist probable text word list to crack the password. The password that was cracked is Spiderman. It was very easy to crack this Wi-Fi network's Wi-Fi password because the password is so bad. Don't use passwords like Spiderman. Again, all I used here was a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W, no external network adapter at all. Just this Raspberry Pi was used to attack the network. Okay, so I've shown you 2 demonstrations. I've shown you how to run a Deauth attack against a Wi-Fi network. I've shown you how to capture the password of a Wi-Fi network and then decrypt it. Now I'm going to show you the full process on how to install Kali Linux on the Raspberry Pi. I'll show you all the steps to get this up and running, including updating your software on the Raspberry Pi 2W. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is go to raspberrypi.com/software and download the Raspberry Pi Imager. In this example, I'm using Windows, so I'm going to download the software for Windows. People often complain when I use Windows. I'm only doing that because most people use Windows, but you could also download it for Mac as well as Linux. So what I'll do is open that software and run it. We ask whether we want to allow changes to our device. We're going to say yes. We're going to specify our language. In this case, it's going to be English. Click Next. Read the license agreement and agree to it and click Next. I'm going to use the default installation folder. Click Next. I'm going to create a shortcut. Click Next. Software is now installed. So very simple installation, and I'll launch the Imager. Now that this is running, the first thing we need to do is choose our device. So in my example, it's a Raspberry Pi Zero 2W. The operating system we're going to choose is a custom operating system. And that means we need to download Kali. So on the kali.org website, click Download, click ARM, And in our example, this is the software that we want. Raspberry Pi 02W. So I'm going to click that to download the software. Now, in this example, it's going to take a while to download because I'm using Starlink here. So what I've done previously is download the software in preparation for this video. So I'm going to simply select that. So here's my software, Kali Linux 2025.3 Raspberry Pi 02W. I'll click open. I need to select my storage, not shown at the moment. So you need an SD card with at least 16 gig of capacity. So in my example, this is a 64 gig SD card, bit of overkill, but that's fine for what I'm doing here. So I'll insert that into my computer. So that's now recognized. So I can click next. But before I do that, again, device is Raspberry Pi 02W, operating system that we downloaded, and we're going to write that to the SD card. So I'll click next. Now you can edit the settings. So under settings here, you can change the name of the device if you like. I'll just set it to Kali. Default username is Kali. You could set that to something else if you wanted to. You could also configure a wireless network if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that. Services, you probably want to enable SSH so that you can remotely access that device. Options here, I don't want to enable telemetry, and I'm going to click save. You don't have to go with those customization options. You could just leave it with the defaults, but I'm going to do that and click yes to continue. And we warned that the SD card will be overwritten. Are we happy with that? And the answer is yes. And now the software is being written to that SD card. Now this is going to take a while, so I'll speed the video up at this point. You simply need to wait for this to write. Okay, so there you go. It's now finished, and we're told that we can remove the SD card from the reader. So I'm going to click continue and take the SD card out of the computer. And here I've got a brand new Raspberry Pi 02W. So what I can do is insert the SD card, and there you go. And all I need to do now is power it up. So in this example, I've got my other Raspberry Pi. So what I'll do is just power that off. And what I'll do is just connect everything to the second Raspberry Pi. And hopefully that'll boot up now. Okay, so there you go. You can see it's booting up, and we are prompted with a Kali login. Now what I've actually done here is connect this little Raspberry Pi to a big adapter that allows me to connect the keyboard as well as internet to the Raspberry Pi. So I don't just have the keyboard connected, I have this huge adapter, which is totally unnecessary, but that's fine. So the screen's really small, but I can log in with my username of Kali here. So when prompted for the username, put in the username and password. Okay, so the font is really small here. So I'm going to say set font -D to make the font a lot bigger. So there you go. So the command again was set font -D. All I did here now was a login. So again, username is Kali, password is Kali, and then I said set the font to -D. So that the font is big. Now, one of the first things we want to do is a sudo apt update to update our references. So I'll do that. As you can see, it's downloading the software. Okay, so references are updated. That means that when we run software like Wi-Fi and need to install additional software, we can. So notice if I run Wi-Fi here, it's enabling monitor mode on the Wi-Fi adapter. So you can see monitor mode has been enabled on WLAN 0. You'll see that it's going to pick up various Wi-Fi networks, and there you go. But what I'm going to do here is press Control-C and Control-C again, because what we want to do is install the software that's missing. So what I'll do is simply run this again and then stop it as soon as we see which software is missing. So I'll press Control-C here. And you can see here that we need to install hcxdumptool as well as hcxtools. So sudo apt install hcxdumptool. Press enter. I'll clear the screen. So if I run Wi-Fi again, what you'll notice is we have to install hcxtools. So sudo apt install hcxtools. Press enter. Software is now being installed. Okay, so there you go. So now when we run sudo Wi-Fi, we don't get those errors, and the software should put the card into monitor mode. You can see it's already in monitor mode. What we did see here is that if we have errors, we need to use the kill option, but it seems to have worked here. We are getting various Wi-Fi networks, and then we can attack those Wi-Fi networks, such as 1, which is my free Wi-Fi network. I can press Control-C, 1 to attack that network. I'm not going to run these other attacks. I am simply going to go for a WPA handshake. So again, this is WPA2. So on this phone, I'll connect to that network. So I'm going to click on free Wi-Fi and see if it captures the handshake. Okay, there you go. Copy of handshake has been saved and the password has been cracked. The password is Spiderman. Now to run the other attack, we probably need to install that software as well. So I've typed that wrong, mdk3. As you can see, it's not found. So sudo apt install mdk3. See if that works. And there you go. It's now installing. And then I'll be able to run a Deauth attack against my cameras as an example, once that's installed. Okay, so as always, have a look at the documentation. So like the man pages will show you various options here. The one that I was doing was D for Deauth attack. I need to specify my Wi-Fi card. So WLAN 0mon, D is going to be Deauth, and then the Wi-Fi that we're going to attack is free Wi-Fi. And as you can see there, that's now working. And it's disconnecting a whole bunch of clients from the network. Okay, so now I've shown you 2 attacks using a Raspberry Pi 02W with the built-in Wi-Fi. Didn't have to use an external adapter. You can do this with a Raspberry Pi 5 as an example, or Raspberry Pi 4. Have a look at my previous video where I showed you that. The great thing here is this is a nice little device that you can use for testing, quite inexpensive. Raspberry Pis are useful for many things. And the great thing here is that you can simply change the SD card if you want to change the operating system and boot into something else as an example for running other tests. But for Kali, this is fantastic. Built-in Wi-Fi adapter. You can do various things. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and clicking on the bell to get notifications. I'm David Bombal, and I want to wish you all the very best.